head, and there he goes. Abyss gonna clean him up.
Olaf goes down. Everyone's just gonna line up here for Lazzy. He's gonna find himself the Quadra. Give it to him. Pentakill.
Priestley with the quad feed.
Gets the ace. Available, just spin to win all over.
That game was insane.
Hello Saints Nation, and welcome back to the Saints Gaming CA Twitch channel. We're about to get underway, of course, with our second match of the night, as we have Concordia University and Arbor up against the St. Clair Saints here at St. Clair College, of course. My name is Dan Banner, going to be your host, observer, and producer here tonight for this matchup. So we hop into Garrison Hardpoint, very similar to what we started off with in the last series. Of course, Saints coming in hot after a fantastic series earlier versus EIU, but now we got to see Concordia, and how can our Saints hold up against them? Of course, that first matchup versus EIU for the Saints was basically what felt like a rollover, but at least it got the Saints firing on all cylinders, as we do see them getting right back into the swing of things. It's going to be, of course, Lavelle and Susnado, and now Brandon find themselves a couple eliminations here as they look to try and control this hard point. Nobody really getting a whole hang of it as of this moment, kind of left in the open considering how awkward it is to try and actually grab a hold of this point, as we see this, that was Lavelle trying to get at least a piece of it, but he is going to get taken down. So it is going to be Concordia able to get at least a couple points on the board. Saints getting a little bit more, but nothing too crazy, not much of a gap to really have to worry about. That being said, Priestley going to be the first one onto the point, but he's going to get fragged out instantly, as it's going to be Wonks who takes him down. Of course, Wonks, Python, DX Hunter, and Big Nutterbutter on the side of Concordia University and Arbor. And of course, starting lineup for your Saints squad with Priestley, Brandon, aka Lavelle, and Susnado. Gonna try and get the breach onto Wonks here. Brandon trying to lead the charge here for the Saints, and it actually lured him right into Priestley and Sauce, who just absolutely mowed them over. So beautiful play from the Saints there to get in control, get some points on the board now. They're in control and in the lead of this for the time being. Brandon has to be careful. He doesn't want to get smoked out by all of these grenades. Has to watch out. DX Hunter right there. He's going to have to jump out of bounds to basically try and contest that. Does hold it for a little while, but he is going to have to give it up in the end. Priestley, where the next hard point is going to be. Hanging on, does spot Big Nutterbutter. Get some pieces of him, and actually there goes Python as well, and Sauce and Brandon are here from the flank to completely sweep through and clean up that point. Brandon going to just hang on to the points, and everyone else going to make a run for it. Priestley finds DX Hunter and Python. Priestley was absolutely on fire in the last game before, of course. Nearly, I think, 50 eliminations by himself in the final matchup of Control. Of course, all the Saints were absolutely on fire, as we see Susnado picking up a double, causing a bit of a storm for himself. Absolutely. Yeah, the Concordia squad are not going to be able to contest this. They do take down Sauce, so they do get something, but Lavelle catching Big Nutterbutter, missed a reload, and then finds Python as well. Huge eliminations here to possibly break open what would be for this next point. He's going to look for a third, spray and pray point blank, might as well get it done. Whatever works, it may not be pretty, but make it happen. It's going to be Wonks who's going to be the first one on point. Priestley the closest to try and contest him here. As Sauce looks for a double, not going to find it. Duel here for Priestley. He's going to be able to take down Wonks, and now Saints have control of the point for at least a moment, but not for very long. It's going to be forced over to Brandon to try and hold on to this. He's going to walk in almost into a nade, just dodges that just in the nick of time. And on by a thread, we see, of course, the player is right nearby. Brandon's not going to fall for it. Wonks goes down. So lots of time here on this hardpoint too, and Saints are really pulling away here in this hardpoint matchup. 120 compared to 36 right now. Concordia University really hurting right now. Granted, they're trying to get something started here, finding themselves a couple eliminations. Priestley does go down, Wonks getting himself a bit of a revenge kill, and then DX Hunter getting on the board, taking down Brandon. But with the new points in play, that was actually a big kill there for Wonks. It's going to allow the Concordia University squad to get to that point first. Can they set up in time, however? It looks like they actually got a bit of a hold here now compared to some of these past holds. Like, actually got a proper defensive positioning, and they should, in theory, be able to sit on that point. They weren't for at least a little bit, but they did eventually make sure that somebody was on that point, and they're going to be able to at least start building up a little bit of a scoreboard. As Saucenado finds himself one, Brandon going to get himself another. Eventually it does go down, but it's enough damage done to the point where Lavelle can hop onto the point and be A-okay until the sneak attack coming out from Wonks after a bit of a awkward spawn. Going to allow Python to have some points for at least a second. Lavelle from the side going to take one. Does look for Wonks as well. But the point is basically exhausted as of this moment, so it's going to be Priestley over here alongside Saucenado to try and get onto this next one. But Wonks is on a killing spree here. DX Hunter and Python finding themselves a couple eliminations as well. Lavelle tries to retreat, but he's not going to be able to do so. Refrags to Wonks, however, as Priestley finds him there. Saucenado, oh, unfortunately there, I think the trophy system just betrayed DX Hunter, which is going to allow Saucenado to have control of this point. Brandon and Lavelle are nearby as well if need be, so Sauce jumps forward, looks for Big Nutter Butter, not quite going to find him though, runs out of ammo, and it's going to bite him in this spot. Of course, you need ammo in order to actually win those duels, and it's going to be rather brutal when you dry up like that. Nobody currently on the hard point, 10 seconds left on it, so not the most prioritized as of this moment. Saucenado looking to just get a couple extra points before the switch, but looking at this next point, we see Brandon and Lavelle already here, going back over to this point that we were at a little bit earlier in the game, and they're going to be able to get this right from the beginning. Priestley is going to be able to take down Python, Big Nutter Butter nearby as well. Does he find him on the catwalk? Hangs on, though. Doesn't quite get taken down. Priestley looking for the duel. He's actually going to be able to turn this one around, and he's been able to deny this entrance to the point. Even when he's getting peppered at, he's still managing to get some damage done. Taking down 3 before finally going down. Saints, of course, on pace to take this one rather convincingly. Nice little shot there from Priestley. Lavelle charging forward. Looks for DX Hunter. Back and forth battle. He's not going to be able to find that one, however. And it's going to be up to Priestley to just hang on to this point for the last couple seconds. Of course, 10 seconds remaining. And it's going to be Brandon already on the run, ready for this next point. Priestley going to try and get as much as possible. He's going to be able to get the remainder of this point, so nicely done. Making it so that the Saints can actually win if they hold this next point to its fruition. Actually, even a little bit less than its entirety, so nicely done there. Sauce going to find himself a double, going to make things really interesting here for the side of Concordia University and Arbor, as they are just constantly running into the line of fire, regardless of which path they try to take. It seems like Sauce has eyes on it. Does end up getting a double. DX Hunter finally going to shut him down, and they do shut down Priestley as well, so they could possibly find an opening to sneak on through, but Brandon is ready. He's waiting there, already aiming down in the right angles, and Saucenado looking to possibly push onto Big Nutter Butter, and it's going to be successful. Everyone from the Saints find themselves on the kill feed this time, and now that's going to be game. Or not a perfect, but a very, very convincing hardpoint win here on Garrison. Once again here for St. Clair, as they're going to take this in 250 to 78 fashion. Of course, the big play here. Wonks find himself a lot of kills here on that hard point, and that was where they were able to get themselves at least a little bit of points on the scoreboard. But for the most part, that was essentially St. Clair domination, and was a nice job on the Saint side of things. Now, of course, we get to go to Moscow, search and destroy. And I know I was talking about it in the last matchup that we had a little bit of, or a couple, like an hour ago, but search has not necessarily been Saints' strong point so far that we've seen in the preseason, the kickoff tournament, and then just getting started now into this season. That being said, up against EIU, it was 6-1 on the favor of Saints. So they may have been able to turn things around, but we'll have to see with Concordia. Concordia was fighting back and forth much harder compared to the last squad last time, but that's not going to to stick anyway, as about halfway through it just looked like it fell apart for them. So unfortunate there for the Concordia squad, but hopefully for Search and Destroy they can pull through and tie the series up. Otherwise, we could have ourselves the opportunity for the Saints to find 2 3-0s in a day. That would definitely be one way to start the CCL season. But we're just in the midst of getting lobby ready for game number 2. So I know it felt like we just got started, but we're going to take a very quick break to throw the lobby together, and then we'll be right back with game 2 of action here between Concordia University and Arbor and St. Clair College.
You don't know these streets like we do. 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 Like we do.
All right, thank you for sticking with us here, Saints Nation. We're about to get ready with game number 2 here of the second match of the night. Of course, it's going to be the Moscow Search and Destroy. Oddly enough, I don't really see this map picked very often for Search, so it's kind of interesting. Looking forward to seeing what the Saints and Concordia, respectively, can pull off on this map. And right away, Priestley's going to find himself the first elimination right onto Big Nutter Butter, who was carrying the bomb at the time, so get him off the play. And of course, no respawns here in these Search and Destroy matchups. So they're looking to maybe do a switcher here, as Wonks is now going to be the one carrying the bomb, looking maybe to make a play towards B. Still has quite the ways to traverse. It's going to be Priestley getting taken down, however. That's going to be Python finds himself an elimination here in that round. Shots fired by Lavelle did find Wonks, who is heading towards that B site, so he might be able to call that out, rotate on over. Is going to be in the actual site itself. Looking to see if Wonks wants to jump through the window. Sauce going to catch Python. And now we have ourselves the 2-on-3. Make that a 1v3, as it's going to be Lavelle in the proper position right on target. And then it's going to see, it looks like maybe Sauce NATO is going to run into DX Hunter. He's going to get taken down, but it did call out his position. And I think that's Brandon going to be able to hop on in and clean that one up. St. Clair going to start off this Search and Destroy right, taking that first round. Now, of course, Saints turn to attack for this time by. Oftentimes, when we did see the few times that we were on Search on this map, I think we did see a lot more A play compared to B. It's a little bit easier to access. A little bit fairer gunfights, I suppose. Because, to be fair, there is some pretty long sight lines down towards that B site. We have Priestley and Brandon, who's going to be the first ones to get close here. Looks for the outside angle. Does find Nutter Butter. Going to go down, but Brandon's going to be right there at the refrag. Bomb is going to be in his hands. I know it's going to be in Saucenado's hands, who's getting constantly peppered here. As Lavelle finds himself 2, actually. Just not expecting this. Again, like I was saying in the last game, usually when I think of Lavelle's playstyle, it's more objective focused and less elimination focused. But I don't know what it is today, but we're seeing a lot more eliminations out of him as he gets 3rd on the round, taking care of this squad almost essentially by himself. Nicely done there from Coach Captain Dawson Lavelle, but of course Brandon started it off strong here by taking off Big Nutter Butter, allowing the Saints to pick up the bomb again and move forward. So the attack was good, the defense was good. I'm nervous now if you're on the side of Concord University. I mean, they had an okay idea with the last one. Sure, they went down, so they tried to flip it around and go towards B. But unfortunately for them, that last time by, they did kind of get caught with their pants down. One of the players on the Saints, of course, spotting him out. Lavelle going to find himself another. Gets the jump onto Big Nutter Butter. Again, for the 2nd round in a row, he's going to be the first one taken off the field. Having a rough day. And again, he was the bomb carrier too. So the main objective here for the Saints to defend is just exposed so quickly. That being said, the Saints may not have spotted it, which may allow Wonks to actually jump down and pick this thing up. You can see that he's so nervous about trying to do so, because Lavelle right across would be in the balcony. But Wonks is going to be able to jump down, does pick it up, and might be on a crash course here with Priestley, actually, who's going to be able to find one. Brandon then finds another. So it's going to be all down to DX Hunter on the side of Concordia to make something happen. He does find Brandon, so it's a start. Position given away. He's going to run into Saucenado, and he's going to run into Priestley. That's a combo I don't want to have to deal with if I'm a player, and that's going to be round 3 going over to St. Clair. Back on the attack for the Saints. I'm hoping for the side of Concordia that they pull something together here. Otherwise, the wounds might be just a little bit too far cut open if it continues like this. I know they tried a little bit of a flanking maneuver last time by, and it just did not find its mark at all. Brandon going to move on forward here, right in the same position as last time. Priestley going to safely make his way around. Let's peek into the restricted area, possibly get a sneak attack on the somebody. Of course, you can't stay there too long or you just straight up die, basically out of bounds. But this time Lavelle is there on flank duty, but actually just runs right into Wonks, which is going to make things a little bit messy, but Priestley is going to clean that up real quick. Gonna try and go around the outside, and actually right on time. Nicely done using the shortcut to his advantage up to the maximum. And then Brandon has that pistol in hand, and he's going to make it work for him. Nicely done. That is going to be a 4-0 lead now here for St. Clair. Yeah, this kill right here for Priestley was actually sick. Gets the one, and then plays through the restricted area right along the pole, just long enough to the point where he did not die, but he can make as much distance as possible. You don't expect somebody to make that play, but it just goes to show the amount of time that these Saints players and Priestley in that situation have done to just find all the nooks and crannies here on this Moscow map. Now back on the defense, and if I'm in St. Clair's position, I'm feeling quite comfortable. That's a good start there for Priestley. Again, Big Nutter Butter goes down with the bomb, but at least the bomb's in an easy to reach area here for Concordia, so they can possibly make themselves retake this quickly. Going to be Brandon looking at the doorway. We see a huge flank actually coming here from Lavelle, really trying to scope somebody out. We'll have to see if that comes into fruition in a moment. Might force the hand of Concordia, and you can see he's just sharking these players, really taking their time. We're going to see one go right into Priestley. Granted, Priestley's going to go down in that situation, so a nice job there from Wonks to find himself the kill. 30 seconds left on the clock. 2-on-2 to finish this one up. Much better round. Oh, the pre-fire coming out here from Lavelle actually is going to tag Wonks. Python is going to take care of Lavelle, so actually, this is exactly what Concordia University need. Brandon in the 2v1 clutch. Can he pull it off? He's firing away, but he may have given away his position just a little bit too much. Did take care of Wonks. Time is ticking down, though. Can he just run and hide long enough? He's not going to be able to do so. Concordia going to make sure they don't get themselves skunked here and look to try and come back together after pulling that round right when they needed to. I mean, I like the flank from Lavelle, did find the one, but unfortunately just left like his other teammates a little bit too long to the point where they did go down. All right, Saints back onto the attack, and this Saucenado, as soon as he pulls aside, Python is right there to shut him up nice and quick. Nice little move there for Python. Oh, mistakes were made, unfortunately, there for Brandon. We definitely did not see that. I don't know what you're talking about. But with that, of course, was the bomb carrier as well. So Saints put themselves in a bit of an awkward position here for this attack to try and clean this up. Bomb right in the windowsill, which I'm sure Python was ready and waiting for. And Priestley going to open fire, takes care of Python. So at least we have ourselves a 2-on-3. Lavelle bomb in hands. Probably just going to try and buddy system up here with Priestley, if I would assume. And I mean, granted, looking at this Concordia squad, they are quite spread out. In theory, if you can take each of them out one-on-one, you'll still be A-okay moving forward here. DX Hunter and Wonks kind of close. Priestley finds one. He does end up going down, however. Lavelle versus Wonks. Now we have ourselves a one-on-one with Big Nutter Butter. Lavelle has spotted his position. 8 seconds left. He's going to try and time him out more than likely. And Lavelle is going to try and hunt him down. Can he find him? He's going to be able to do it and clutches it up with seconds to go. Huge play there for Lavelle, winning the 1v1 necessary to get that game, because if he went to try and plant that bomb, Big Nutter Butter would have just walked on in and popped him. So a huge play to be able to successfully headhunt him down and win that round, forcing game point now onto Concordia University. possibly the last defense, unless Concordia couldn't muster something up here. I mean, they've got the 1 point on the board, of course. We'll have to see. Moving forward, Priestley, as soon as I turn away, of course, Python goes down. Python having a rough couple rounds as well now. And with everybody being near the A site, it looks like we're kind of rotating on in. Priestley going to find one elimination, looking for possibly a second. Not going to quite find it just yet, because Bomb now down. Saucenado going to find himself one more. It's all down to Wonks. Wonks going to try and make something happen. He's going to get one, but it does not matter when there's another one right behind him. Search and destroy. Saints go 2 for 2 on the day so far, as we now are going 2-0, getting ready to go into game number 3. And I don't know what it is, but Saints are absolutely crushing it so far here in this season opening 2 matches. I'd like to say this was a back and forth, but that's absolutely not the case here for so far. Concordia, very similarly to EIU, just straight up not having anything in regards to the hard point, in regards to the search and destroy. Just absolutely brutal, to say the least. It's one of those matches where I feel like we're probably on break trying to figure out the Call of Duty lobbies longer than it is that we're actually in game. But it just goes to show how damn good this Call of Duty squad is here from St. Clair, and that everybody is just on flying colors so far. With that, of course, like I was saying, we do have to put this lobby back together. So, of course, going to throw this to a break real fast. But, of course, before we do, big thank you to the sponsors that do make the St. Clair Saints esports team possible. Of course, that being St. Clair College, the Zuckelman School of Business and Information Technology, PC Outlet, Tim Hortons, and the St. Clair SRC and St. Clair College Alumni Association. And then, of course, big thank you to everybody tuning in for the match today. Always a pleasure being able to broadcast these matches to you day in and day out here on the Saints Gaming CA channel. Of course, make sure you're followed if you haven't already, just to make sure that you catch all of the matches coming up this next week, because it's going to get nuts. But as we throw it to break, I'll throw that schedule up on screen so you can see, and we'll get this lobby going so we don't have to wait too long hopping into Game 3. Hang in there, and we'll get right back with you. All right, let's hop into this. Game number 3 here between the St. Clair Saints and Concordia University and Arbor, as we're now with the Saints in a position to take this one away and get themselves their second 2-0 of the day. If they can keep this up, as they are putting Concordia in a world of hurt so far here in this matchup. We're now on raid for the control. Of course, like I was saying prior, with respawns and attack and defend, a little bit of a mix of multiple roles, but there's still respawns and whatnot, and Priestley going to start things off nicely. Brandon going to get himself 2 as well. Saucenato already on position here at point B. Going to start capturing as much as he can. And as soon as Wonks pops his head out, takes care of him nice and quick. Halfway through camping, Sauce does not care, just going to keep on hanging on. And actually, just like that, they very well might be able to all just hop onto the point and burst this thing down. Point B going down without a hitch. Beautifully done there from the side of St. Clair. That being said, Priestley is going to end up going down as they start to transition towards A. And we do see CUAA all just kind of clobbered up there on that A point, and still makes it very difficult for them to still make something happen, considering time and time again the Saints are there. They've once again just plowed on through. They're on the point, and this is looking rough now for Concordia once again. Brandon, long shot, going to take care of that one. Saucenato takes care of Wonks as well. And then there's 3 people firing at you. Unfortunately, there for Python, no matter what you try to do, you break into the site, everybody from the Saints is there. Quick speed run. Let's send that one into HADQ, why don't we? Nice quick round win there for St. Clair. Yeah, respawns were not even a factor there into this game. Just straight up just took the points as is. It was a nice quick one there for St. Clair. Now with them on the defensive side of things, can they just hold them out? I mean, they had a nice round there versus EIU last time in the one that would have finished the entire match, where they almost essentially skunked them in regards to control points, where the timer went down so quickly. It was absolutely brutal. But with a lot of the members of Concordia just kind of beelining it towards this A site, it's going to make Saints kind of force them to rotate a little bit awkwardly. And it is going to be the first piece of progress down for the side of Concordia. So they're not going to get completely skunked here, but it is going to be Priestley making down onto the site. Does take care of Wonks. Towards B, there's going to be a little bit of action as well. Brandon's going to shut it down, however, until Python shows up and makes sure that he secures that one. If he is feeling confident, he very well could move forward, but he's actually going to opt to go right into the middle and just get slaughtered by Priestley. So, once again, Saints playing aggressively right now. Sauce is going to end up going down, but Saints are in a decent enough position where they can make this work. Priestley and Lavelle are going to just keep on cleaning up this squad. Anytime they try to get any sort of aggression, any sort of progress towards one of these points, somebody is there to answer, and that's extremely rough to try and deal with as the 3 of them fall once again. DX Hunter just kind of puts the tail between his legs and runs away as Saucenato still takes him down. It's not Wonks is going to finally take him out, but still lots of pain here for the side of CUAA as Priestley just goes absolutely bonkers, taking everybody down. They could very well make the switch over to A, and granted, they did take down Lavelle, so they might be able to at least capture that A point, because they only have 11 seconds left on the board here. One more clean sweep, one more good wipe of health there, and they will be down and out. AK Lavelle, that grenade got 2. Best case scenario there for Lavelle, and St. Clair finishes it off with a triple kill. Right now, Concordia, they just not long for this world at all. And Saints just need one more round to complete this double 3-0 of the night. Would be absolutely ridiculous. Here's the double grenade kill there from Lavelle. Does take down 2, hops up on the building. I think he finds Wonks. Yeah, sure enough. Takes him out as well. Beautiful play. And just look at some of the KDs. Like if you didn't look at the scores and you just looked at the KDs, you could kind of tell how this game was going. With 3 of the Saints in the double digits right now. already in terms of eliminations. And I mean, Brandon is literally one away from actually getting in there himself. And it's just the way it's rolling right now here for St. Clair. Lavelle going to be the first one to make it onto the points and start trying to capture that 8 point. But Wonk's going to take him out. Sauce going to get the refrag though. At least it's going to take care of DX Hunter. And now a lot of Concordia kind of cluttered near the A site, and that's going to allow, it will be Priestley and Lavelle to make the run towards B, start capping that, and get in the position. Priestley going to take down Wonks, but he is going to get taken out right around the corner. We have actually capturing from both points as of right now. You hardly ever see this happen, and you hardly ever see this work. Lavelle's going to just hang into the water, and actually does get the outplay there onto Wonks. Meanwhile, A-site still being completely defended. How they're actually getting away with this is beyond me. The A-point is completely captured. Lavelle is hanging on to this long enough and causing enough of a trouble that it just gets completely flipped on its head. Beautifully done there from the Saints squad. Lavelle going to pick up another. And Priestley, he's just hunting at this point. That's all he necessarily needs to do. Lavelle's still just sitting there on the point, already halfway done his capture. DX Hunter going to be no longer existing, and everybody just fell from the side of Concordia. This is absolutely brutal stuff here. The 3-0 sweep in round number 3, the 3-0 sweep in this series, and the 3-0 sweep in this entire day of games. The St. Clair Saints varsity Call of Duty team are absolutely nuts. This would normally be the point in time where I try to go very in-depth and talk about the match as they occurred. But does there really need to be any explanation about what we just witnessed? Just absolute destruction, to say the least, coming out here from St. Clair. And, I mean, good games all around to everybody so far in this in the season. Of course, it's just week 1. And there's still plenty of time. I mean, I know we've seen EIU, we've seen Concordia have some hard times. It's still early for them as well. By all means, keep practicing and keep going. There's still going to be many more matches, and hopefully we'll see you down the line in another rematch sometime soon. But for now, Saints are looking absolutely brutal in the best way possible. Double 3-0s here today versus EIU, and then now here with Concordia University and Arbor. A fantastic way to get this season started. But with that, we're going to not take too much time here. It's getting a little bit later on the side of things. I find myself slightly wearing out over here. So real quick, once again, big thank you to the sponsors that make this team and the broadcasts all happen. That being, of course, St. Clair College, PC Outlet, Zelkelman School of Business and Information Technology, Tim Hortons, and the St. Clair SRC and St. Clair College Alumni Association. Of course, big thank you to everybody tuning into the match. Hopefully you didn't just join us, because maybe it was, it maybe blinked and you missed it, but it is A-okay. If that's the case, you'll catch up real quick in the VODs, of course. And be sure to follow us on the Saints Gaming Twitch channel, because there's always tons of action lined up for us. Of course, join us tomorrow as we take some more collegiate League of Legends, actually, up against the University of Waterloo. Then more league action in C-Law this time for our start of the doubleheader on Saturday, 3 p.m. And then we have the R6 Collegiate Championships for Rainbow Six Siege happening at 7 p.m. Counter-Strike returns at 5 for the Face It CSGO Contenders League. And then Monday, we're back with Upsurge for the Upsurge Minor League for some League of Legends action. And then Tuesday, well, I'm just, like I was saying before, I'm just straight up not sure what we're streaming just yet, because there are so many matches on Tuesdays, and we gotta see what we can do to get as much of it broadcasted as possible. So, with that, we'll close out for tonight. Big congratulations to the Call of Duty team here at St. Clair, as they've just put on an absolute clinic, silencing the haters, silencing the crowd, and maybe taking any doubts out of their head, if you know what I'm saying. But thank you again for tuning in. I will see you tomorrow for League of Legends in some Collegiate League action.